From the legendary Philly special that shook the Super Bowl to the jaw-dropping helmet catch and a mind-boggling comeback by the Patriots, these plays left fans speechless. Let's take a look at the top 10 craziest plays. Embrace yourself because they are not black and white. Let's kick this off with the Philly special. This is from Super Bowl 52, where the Philadelphia Eagles took on the New England Patriots. It all started with Nick Foles, the Eagles quarterback, sharing a brilliant idea with head coach Doug Peterson. They decided to unleash a play called the Philly Special, a reverse pass that would go down in Super Bowl history as one of the most memorable trick plays ever. Corey Clement took the snap, passed the ball to Trey Burton, who then fired a pass to Foles himself on a crucial 4th down situation. The Patriots, who were the favorites, were completely bamboozled by this clever sequence, and the Eagles seized a 22-12 halftime lead. This play not only damaged the Patriots, but also earned the Eagles a halftime lead and ultimately their first Super Bowl title. But it'd be unfair to talk about legendary passes and not mention Malcolm's interception. It was Super Bowl 49 and the defending champs, the Seattle Seahawks, found themselves trailing the New England Patriots 28-24 with a mere 26 seconds left on the clock. Now keep in mind that the Seahawks were just one measly yard away from snatching the lead and securing their victory. They had the powerhouse Marshawn Lynch at their arsenal, a running back known for bulldozing through defenses. So what would any sane person do in this situation? Run the ball, of course. It's clear as day. But then the brilliant minds of head coach Pete Carroll and offensive coordinator Darrell Bevell decided they were going to outsmart everyone in the stadium. They decided that quarterback Russell Wilson would throw a lightning-fast pass to wide receiver Ricardo Lockett, who would make a daring cut towards the goal. Mind you, they didn't even bother pretending to run by lining up the shotgun formation. It was a recipe for disaster. You know what else would be a disaster? You not getting timely NFL updates because you didn't subscribe to the channel, so go ahead and hit that button right now. And back to the game. Malcolm saw through the trickery like a seasoned detective. He read that play like a pro and with lightning reflexes cut right in front of poor Lockett, snatching that pass away at the goal line. Another play that worked out well for the Patriots was from Super Bowl 51. The New England Patriots were trailing 28-3 against the Atlanta Falcons. The Patriots decided to unleash their secret weapon, the Comeback Kings, led by the legendary Tom Brady. They orchestrated one of the most jaw-dropping turnarounds in Super Bowl history. There were only 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the game clock. The Patriots were still trailing by 8 points, and they were stuck deep in their own territory at the 9-yard line. Brady, cool as a cucumber, starts working his magic, completing a couple of crucial passes to keep their hopes alive, but then disaster almost struck. Brady throws a risky pass intended for Julian Edelman, and it should have been intercepted by the Falcons' Robert Alford. But Alford tipped the ball up into the air, and Julian Edelman dived, snatching it just as it bounced off Alford's shoe. With that spectacular 23-yard completion, the momentum swung in their favor. They tied the game with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion, sending the crowd into a frenzy. And what happened next, you asked? Well, the Patriots went on to win their 5th Vince Lombardi trophy in a heart-stopping overtime victory. But that wasn't the only play that changed the trajectory of the game. There was also the Ben Roethlisberger to Santonio Holmes move. Super Bowl 43 was an absolute thriller, hailed as one of the greatest championship games in NFL history. The Pittsburgh Steelers clashed with the Arizona Cardinals in a showdown for the ages. From start to finish, it was an intense battle of offensive and defensive brilliance. But when the dust settled, it was Ben Roethlisberger and Santonio Holmes who stole the spotlight. Trailing 23-20 with time running out, the Steelers launched a determined drive into the red zone. With mere seconds remaining, Roethlisberger unleashed a pass that seemed to defy gravity. And there, in the midst of chaos, Holmes emerged as the hero. He made an incredible catch, toe-tapping like a ballet dancer to stay in bounds and secure the touchdown. The stadium erupted in wild celebration as the Steelers sealed the victory. But not all teams get to taste victory. Some have monsters like Don Beebe standing in their way. Back in Super Bowl 27, the Buffalo Bills took on the mighty Dallas Cowboys. Now, we all know the Bills ended up on the losing side, but there's a play that deserves a shout-out, even if it didn't change the outcome. So the Cowboys were running rampant, about to set a new Super Bowl scoring record with a fumble return touchdown. The Bills were down and out, just trying to weather the storm, but then out of nowhere, here comes Don Beebe, the wide receiver with the never-say-die attitude. Beebe was way behind the play, at least 15 yards back, but that didn't stop him from making a jaw-dropping move. He swoops in and strips the ball from Cowboys defensive tackle Leon Lett right at the goal line. Sure, the Bills ended up losing big time 52-17, but Beebe's heroics embodied the team's never-give-up spirit. Plus, thanks to Beebe, the 1989 San Francisco 49ers record-breaking 55-10 win over the Broncos remained the gold standard for Super Bowl scoring. And just as shocking was this play from Super Bowl 44. Back in Super Bowl 44, the New Orleans Saints were up against the formidable Indianapolis Colts. The Saints were trailing 10-6 at halftime with Peyton Manning and the Colts hungry for more. But hold on, because Saints coach Sean Payton had a trick up his sleeve that would leave everyone in awe. Enter Thomas Morstead, the punter and kickoff specialist with nerves of steel. Peyton called for the ambush onside kick, a move so audacious it took everyone by surprise. Despite Morstead's admission of being terrified, he executed the play flawlessly, recovering the ball for the Saints. The stadium exploded with disbelief and excitement. That pivotal moment shifted the game's momentum. The Saints capitalized on the opportunity, marching down the field with determination. And guess what? Drew Brees, their stellar quarterback, delivered a 16-yard touchdown pass that propelled the Saints into the lead, 13-10. From there, the Saints never looked back, ultimately clinching a resounding 31-17 victory. And this gutsy onside kick became the stuff of legends. But sometimes legends screw up. I mean, all of us remember the Tom Brady's blunder from Super Bowl 52, right? It was the second quarter and the Patriots were deep in Eagles territory, desperately trying to convert a crucial third down. They decide to pull off a sneaky trick play to catch everyone off guard. Brady, the legendary quarterback, lines up in the shotgun and takes the snap, but instead of throwing the ball right away, he hands it off to James White, who then pitches it to wide receiver Danny Amendola. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Amendola throws the ball back to Brady, who finds himself wide open, with a whole lot of empty field right in front of him. It should have been an easy catch, no problemo, but oh dear, things took a wild turn. The ball slips right through Brady's fingers, crashing to the ground like a ton of bricks. Incomplete. Talk about a missed opportunity. The Patriots had to settle for a field goal attempt instead. And guess what? To make matters worse, Brady gets reminded of this mishap every time he encounters an Eagles fan. Can you imagine? He even mentioned it in an interview, saying every time I see an Eagles fan, I get reminded of that play. Poor guy. And just like Brady, Patrick Mahomes has also had his fair share of bad plays. It was the 2019 season, and Mahomes and the Chiefs were out for a win. They fought tooth and nail to earn their spot in Super Bowl 54, where they clashed with the formidable San Francisco 49ers. Now, let me tell you, everyone was hyped for this showdown. It was Mahomes and his high-powered Kansas City offense up against the league's best defense, led by superstar pass rusher Joey Bosa and all-pro cornerback Richard Sherman. Oh boy, those 49ers meant business. Saleh's defense had the Chiefs' offense on a tight leash for most of the first three quarters. Their relentless pass rush and ball-hawking secondary were causing mayhem for Mahomes and his crew. But then, just when things seemed to be slipping away, with only 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter, the 49ers pulled a sneaky move. They lured Mahomes into making one of the absolute worst pass attempts of his career, a gift-wrapped interception for 49ers linebacker Fred Warner. Man, that interception was rough, no doubt about it, but let me tell you, it could have been way worse if Mahomes hadn't bounced back in that epic fourth quarter. But don't worry, there have been some amazing touchdowns that have changed the trajectory of games too. I mean, take Tony's 65-yard punt return for instance. In Super Bowl 57, Kadarius Toney, the speedy wide receiver for the Chiefs, caught the punt and found himself in a tight spot. Eagles defenders were swarming around him like bees, but guess what? He pulled off some insane Houdini move and broke free. Zooming like a rocket, he sprinted an incredible 65 yards all the way to the 5-yard line. Can you believe it? That's the longest punt return in Super Bowl history, y'all. And hold your breath, because the wonders don't end there. With the Chiefs now in striking distance, Mahomes, the quarterback wizard, unleashed his magic arm and threw a touchdown pass. The lucky recipient of that sweet pass was none other than Sky Moore, who made a cool full-yard catch for a touchdown. Boom! That touchdown gave the Chiefs a 35-27 lead, sending their fans into a frenzy and putting them on the path of victory in the fourth quarter. And while we're talking about unbelievable passes, there was also the helmet catch. The New England Patriots were on the brink of joining the exclusive club of undefeated teams in NFL history. They faced off against the New York Giants, led by Eli Manning in Super Bowl 57. Little did they know the Giants had something truly special in store. As the clock ticked down in the final minutes of the fourth quarter with the Patriots in the lead, Manning and David Tyree created absolute magic on the field. Despite facing a barrage of tacklers, Manning somehow managed to escape their clutches and launched a desperate pass to Tyree, who made an incredible 32-yard catch. The play propelled the Giants into the red zone, setting the stage for an unforgettable sequence of events. A couple plays later, the Giants found the end zone, sealing one of the most monumental upset victories in NFL history. But if you thought that was crazy, these insane NFL records that can't be broken are gonna make your head spin. Check it out in this video right here.